when it comes to academics, or when it comes to study, or when it comes to reading, one of the place you cannot find me is a place where you see students complaining that they have read, and whenever they read they tend to forget what they have read and stuff like that. You cannot see me in that kind of place. Because this is not because I'm a master or whatsoever, but this is just because I've been able to get these study techniques and study tips that has been always helpful and has helped me to always remember what I read. Anything I read or anything I read always remain in my head, you understand? And I can easily bring it out, or I can easily reproduce it when it is needed. And I'm going to show you in this video how it is possible also for you to remember, just to read, for you to remember what you have read, even though it is just once. It is through training, and when you watch this video to the end, I believe it's going to be really helpful. If you're coming across my channel for the first time, my name is Basi Ejoba. I'm a 400 level student in the University of Calabar studying medical health science, and in my channel I help students level up the academic game. I also share helpful tips on this channel, focusing also on personal development. So if you love content like this, don't forget to hit on the red subscribe button so I can continue getting updates anytime I drop videos like this, and so that you can also help me grow. And in this video today, I'm going to show you how you'll be able to remember what you have read, whether once, whether twice, whether you need it at that particular time, or anytime you need it, you'll be able to recall it and reproduce it just the same way it is. So first of all, one of the method I always talk about in my videos, I've been talking about it in my videos, is the active recall method. The active recall is like a secret weapon. I don't joke with active recall whenever I'm reading. So active recall is simply when you are reading a book or a topic for a topic in a particular book, and you finish that topic. Instead of just closing or continuing that, oh, I finished that particular topic, let me go for the next one, or let me just continue or close the book since I'm through for the day. What is just needed for you to do is that you have to close a book. Try to remember what you have read in that particular chapter. You get my point? Try to see whether you can be able to recall. That is why we say active recall. You understand? It's active because you just finished reading that book and you are actively trying to recall what you have read in that particular book. So active recall is your secret weapon. Don't joke with it. Whenever you finish reading a particular topic, try to close that book and try to see whether you'll be able to remember what you have read. There are different methods active recall can come into play. You can decide to question yourself, you can decide to quiz yourself, like test yourself, give yourself questions, more questions on that particular concept also, to see whether you'll be able to answer them correctly. Secondly is that you have to apply a technique we call the Feynman technique. So the Feynman technique is simply teaching what you have just learned or teaching what you have just read to a person, but this particular person is not someone that is big. At least try to see whether you can be able to teach what you have just learned as if you are teaching a 2 years old child. You understand? Try to see whether you can be able to teach it to a 2 years old child, breaking down that concept to the barest minimum. That is one of the that is the second way I believe will really help you remember what you have read. Because the moment you teach someone else what you have read, if you make a mistake, you go back to it, because no one is actually punishing you for forgetting what you have read. So if you make a mistake, you try to go back to it to see whether to see where you forgot or where you made the mistake in, and when you get it and still come back. Whenever you teach someone else what you know, it remains and sticks consistently in your head or in your brain. Understand? Also, we have the third method, which is the space retention method, or some people call it the space repetition method. So the space repetition method is simply the concept of reviewing what you have read. You get my point? So let's assume you prepare your study timetable. Monday you read physics, Tuesday you read chemistry, Wednesday you read biology. It is important that for you not to forget what you have read in that physics. Let's assume physics, you read wave in physics on Monday, understand? And Tuesday you read chemistry, Wednesday you read biology. For you not to forget the concept of wave, because at this particular time this information is still stored in your short-term memory. So for you not to forget the concept of wave, it is important that on Thursday go back to that physics textbook, even though you don't want to read physics on that Thursday, or even though you want to read another topic in physics on that Thursday. Go back to that physics textbook. You understand my point? Go back to the physics textbook. Go and study about wave also. Just try to review what you have learned. Understand? So that is a space repetition. You have space for yourself a Tuesday, a Wednesday, and on Thursday you're also going back to that topic. It's going to tell your brain that this particular topic or this concept is very important, and the brain will transfer it to the long-term memory where it is going to be stored and remain forever till whenever you want to reproduce it or whenever you want to bring it back to life. So the space repetition method or the space retention method, which is the concept of reviewing whatever you have read after a short period of time, should not be forsaken or should not be neglected if you wish to always remember what you have read. Fourthly is that you have to be able to connect the dots. You have to be able to connect the dots. Like let's just say physics. You studied wave in physics. Don't just study it abstractly like something that's okay. A wave is a disturbance. And a wave is a disturbance traveling along a path or stuff like that. We have the crest, we have the trough. Try to see how you can connect the dots. Try to see how you can connect this concept of wave to a real life experience. You can even take for example, you can take a walk to the river to see the movement of the wave. That is the crest and the trough. You understand? So when you create these dots, it's going to make it very relevant that you are not just reading it for reading sake, but you are trying to see how you'll be able to read and understand that particular concept. Fifth on the list is that you have to vary your learning environment. You don't just have to stick to one particular learning environment. Understand? Times you can decide to read in the bedroom, sometimes you can decide to read in the library, sometimes you can decide to read outside, outdoor. You understand? Because when you read like that, not just remaining in the particular environment, so okay, I want to read in my bedroom, I'm not going to leave my bedroom every day, I want to be reading in my bedroom. But when you change your environment, bedroom today, tomorrow library, the next day outdoor stuff like that, is going to help prevent your brain from associating information with just one specific place. You understand? So that is one of the advantage of varying your learning environment. It's going to prevent the brain from just associating information to one particular place. Also, last on the list is that you have to read actively. You have to focus on key concepts whenever you are reading. Understand? You have to read very, very actively. You don't just have to read passively. When you are reading, you have to focus on key concepts, main ideas, and the things that you really want to remember. Because when you are reading, you get to find out that the textbook has a lot of stories in it, but this textbook, these stories that are found in the textbook, are actually not what you need at this particular time. So it is important that you focus on what you are reading. That is the active reading technique or the active learning technique. You have to actually focus on the key concept, focus on summaries, so that you'll be able to get a detailed idea of what the book is talking and also get what you need from the book. So this is just my tip that I have been applying on how I can always remember what I've read, even though I read it 6 years ago or 4 months ago. That is why you get to find out that some of the things you learned in your primary school, you are still able to remember it now, because in your subconscious you have been able to apply these techniques that I have talked about in this video. Drop it right away in the comment section which of these techniques you are going to try right away, or drop it in the comment section which of the tips you have been applying that has been helping you remember what you have read. If you love this video, don't forget to hit on the red subscribe button, and also don't forget to share these videos to your friend so that they can come here and get value, and in turn I'll feel motivated to continue dropping videos like this. Lastly, don't forget to hit on the like button, because when you hit on the like button, it's going to tell the YouTube algorithm that a lot of people are loving this video, and the algorithm will be left with no choice than to show this video to a larger audience. Until I see you in my next video, always remember that you're wonderful, always remember that you're unique, and always remember that you're a pace setter. I really love you. Thank you.